Once more, people of YouTube, I return, and as promised, we'll be looking at a completely different form of Evangelion this time. Laid out before you are the shattered remains of my Soul of Chogokin SPEC Evangelion Unit 1 New Movie Edition. Now, I know the title of the video say Unit 1 and Unit 2, but since in the first video I just want to talk about armoring up your Evangelion, I'm not going to do it twice. So we're just going to have Unit 1. So we start, when you buy it, you get all of these various parts, plus your Eva as an action figure. Morbid though it may be, this is what you get. The actual Eva's head is a bit bigger. Now, this gimmick is supposed to be, I guess, a selling point. I don't particularly care for it. I mean, it's a skinny brown dude in a leotard. It's not great. You know. He's articulated, but I'm going to go into articulation after we armor him up. So, yeah. Let's quit wasting time, shall we? So, we'll start at the bottom. And to armor up your Soul SPEC Eva, you must rip his legs off, because mercy is for the weak. And you rip his feet off. Now you put the feet aside, because you're not going to use them ever again. Because once you armor up your Evangelion, you're not going to want to put up with any of this nonsense. Make sure you got the right leg in the right place. Calf muscles go out. You take your armored feet and you plug them in. That's easy, isn't it? The part with the little green mark here goes in the front. Holes, pegs. Give it a good squeeze. Calf. Nice snap. It's in there good and snug. Knee pad. Pretty simple. Good push. And we just repeat ourselves nice and fast on the other side. Yet it feels kind of gay playing dress up with your Evangelions, because, you know, that's essentially all we're doing here. Is we're putting pretty clothing on our Evas, but what can I say? It's how they're sold, and I guess Bandai really wanted this gimmick in there. Also, the legs are covered in die cast. The feet are die cast, these two plates are die cast, and the big plates we're about to slide on, these puppies are right here, are also die cast. So, it really helps with the balance of the figure once you've got them all put together, because all of this die cast is pushing down. Cover it up with this piece. And this piece is plastic. Most of the rest of the pieces are plastic. And then you get this fun little cut piece. Covers the back. Oops. You guys couldn't even see that, could you? Like that. Here, I'll try a little harder to keep it in frame this time. So cut piece goes in the back. That goes there. One of these comes right up front. And they're all neatly sectioned when you buy it too. So should you get one of these somewhere, it's not really that difficult. It can just be a little tricky to get it lined up and pushed in. And what can I say, if you really like skinny brown dudes and leotards, maybe you don't want to armor them at all, but I think it's sort of a waste. Just find a little angle you point. Did I do that wrong? No, I did it right. Or no, I did it wrong. Aha. Oh. And, let's see if you can see it. See that little spot of yellow in there? Don't worry about it, I put in some sticky tack to tighten this joint. It happens sometimes. Both of my figures, the right hip leading into the thigh is a tad loose, which is kind of weird. I guess it might be a production error or a mold error, since in both of them and their bodies are essentially the same. And once you've done that, If you could see right here, the leg joints, you got these nice, it's meant to be removed, squarish cap. And really the tricky part is just sliding it back in there without popping all the armor you just put on out. And you gotta make sure it's in there nice and tight, otherwise your legs are gonna come flying off when you're posing. Oh, I forgot his kneecap on this leg. Silly me. And we have legs. Haha. Raise us up a little bit. And you can see that the armor really adds... Hilariously, it adds bulk even though Evas are so skinny and tiny. So, next we cover his special place. You kind of gotta stretch the plastic out a little bit to wrap it around. Plug it in. Cover his butt because we just don't need to see that noise. There we go. We'll keep working our way up the chest, at least a little bit. Green. And this is the easiest way to tell it's the movie edition, is the accessories and the fact that his tummy has a green stripe instead of being all purple like the original release or the renewal, which fixed some of the motion issues that I hear the first one had. But I don't own either of those because these are easier to find and a bit cheaper. And the other piece. And that's his abdomen. Now, the arms. The arms are something else because these rounded shoulder pads are no-nos. You don't want these here. So you kind of actually have to rip the entire shoulder assembly off, and again, put it aside because these aren't coming back. Then you grab the far more famous shoulders, and you just line them up and slide them on. Give it a good firm push, and you're all set. Unless it fights you. It makes you look silly. Haha. There we go. And now we just add little tiny details like his little forearm fins. And you push those in nice and firm. And you got a tiny little piece that goes in the back of the arm so that his arm and armor look like they flow together, which is a nice touch. It's just, heaven help you if you lose that thing before you remember to put it on. It ain't coming back, friends. Not at all. So, and we do the same over here. All set. Now, of course, this is not what Evangelion's hands is supposed to look like, although they do have nice details. I like, see if it'll focus in on it. There we go. And snap there. Those little dots, that's from where the armored knuckles of the Eva's glove, quote-unquote, screw in. That's kind of a nice touch. Even though I don't like ugly brown rubbery hands on my Evangelion, so they just go away. And again, you put them aside because there's no need for them as an Eva, and you just grab whatever assortment of colored fists you desire. In my case, I'm just going straight for actual fists. And it could take a little wiggling and pushing, but I can assure you they do go in. Starting to look like something from a movie, isn't it? Yes, it is. Now, of course, since you saw him holding his own head, that means he doesn't need this one. So you actually rip the entire head and neck assembly out, and again, toss aside. And you could take the back assembly, you start there, you push that into place, take the sides of his neck, they come in here. Oops, Nope, sides of the neck go in first. Silly me, wrong order. And just make sure the orange is facing out. That's the easiest way to make sure you got the side of your neck going in the right way. As soon as you could find the peg, there it is. Yeah, the dress-up portion of the figure is not the one that I enjoy the most, so that's why I'm only doing it once. Well, this makes 3 times when I originally got the figures, plus now to show you guys. So that goes on. The cover, you probably want to put this on last. Put on the chest plate, which secures these little orange neck bits on too. Nice snap right there. Drop in the head. And then come in the back and put on the cover. This is actually pretty neat. The cover for the entry plug, which works, which is neat. I like it. And really, there's like no art to this one. You just kind of gotta muscle the plastic thing in some. There it goes. So now it's on, and you can put the back armor back on. And nice and tight. And when you're done, unless something has gone terribly wrong with either your purchase or your skills as a builder, you should have something that looks very much like a completed Evangelion. Nice. Just a little spin around here. Oh, autofocus, you so silly. Yeah. So, give me a minute, we'll be back, and we can take a better look at both Evangelions. So, hold on, I'll be right back.